Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As Lisa said, my name is Des Benson. I lived in Hawthorne when I was a kid, then I moved to Kew. I have crossed Barker's Road. Very scary for me it was, yes. And now I'm a candidate for the Greens. I am also Chief Executive of a small strategy consultancy business which I set up myself. So let's turn to questions. Do the Greens accept the scientific evidence on climate change? Do we think that...
talk into the mic?
Sorry, is that better? Thank you. Do we think stronger measures are required, and what are our key climate change policies and why they're better than the opponents? So let me address those questions. I want to make 3 points. My first one is that the Earth will warm is not in doubt. My second point is how the weather will change is complex, but none of the outcomes is good. And my third point is that if you compare the costs of investment in preventing climate change with the return, it is a winner investment. And then I'll talk about what we should do. I've said that the Earth will warm is not in doubt. Why do I say that? It is because it's a case of simple physics. If you think about it, the sun is much hotter than the Earth. At the turn of the sort of 1800s into the 1900s, people like Max Planck worked out the physics of this and understood the energy emissions via radiation depending on temperature. The energy from the sun comes at high frequencies, visible light, ultraviolet, then lands on the Earth, gets absorbed, then gets re-emitted as lower frequencies, infrared, and carbon dioxide and the other greenhouse gases are transparent to visible light and above, and they're opaque to infrared. So that is the simple physics of the matter, and as more climate, CO2 and its equivalents go into the atmosphere, the Earth will warm. What that means for weather is quite complicated, and we're still working that out, but none of the things are good. If you compare the cost of investment, and I've looked at the Ghana report, and the figures say it would cost you about 2% of gross national product over the years 2050 to 2100 to get very low carbon emissions, and you compare that to the return is about 4.5% of gross national product. So my arithmetic says this is 150% return on investment. Few investments are that good. So what would the Greens do about it? I think the most important and first policy is to put a price on carbon. If we understand the point of putting a price on carbon, it is to release the enterprise of Australians to find ways, if they're emitting carbon, to emit less carbon, and to find ways that people can capture carbon through forestry, geosequestration and other things like that, to actually make a living out of those ways by selling the captured carbon to the emitters. Other policies that we have are research into renewables, and in particular higher renewable energy target as well. We also have some quite detailed policies on transport, which are in the document. I don't propose to go through them. And they are the policies to support our target. And our target in particular is to reduce greenhouse gases by 40% by 2020 when compared to 1990 levels, and to have a net zero emission as soon as economically feasible, but I think in no case past 2050. Thank you. If I turn to my opponents' policies, I'll let them speak for themselves, but I understand the Liberal policies of direct action have been reviewed by the Department of Climate Change, and the professional forecast is they will result in a reduction on 2020 of 2%. And 2% compared to 40%, I don't think it's worth it. I would be going for 40%. The Labor opponents, they're still under the policy development process. Though it's the greatest moral challenge of our time, they're still working on what they want to do. Currently, their lead idea is to have a discussion amongst, I can't remember the numbers, let's say 120 people. And I think about 120 people trying to get their way around the Ghana report, for example, and I don't think it's a practical course of action. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.